Hello, hi everyone. Hi Laurentia. Hi Siddhant. I see you've just joined. Guys, I hope I'm audible very clearly to you. I hope there's no disturbance. If you all can hear me, you all can type it in the chat box. I think we can have a conversation real quickly. You can just type hi or hey so I know you're here. Hi Laurentia, how are you doing? And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I've also given you the permission to unmute and talk. So if you would like to have a conversation with us, Laurentia, you could do that as well. Hey there, how are you doing, Laurentia? I can see your text in the chat box. How are you doing? All right, great that you can hear me. So tell me, what's up? How is life? Let me know. Let us start there. Good. Okay, that's good to hear. Laurentia, you could tell me which grade you're studying in currently, so I, understand where you stand right now. Which standard you're studying in currently? I'll wait for you to type it in the chat box. Finished high school last year. Okay, Laurentia, so you're done with your 12th grade and you're done with your high school. Cool. So, Laurentia, since this is an SET webinar, are you wanting to pursue your education abroad, because SETs are specifically for students who want to pursue education internationally. So just type in like a yes or no if you're interested in taking SATs. Yes, okay, got it. So first of all, congratulations on finishing high school. God knows that high school is not easy to get through, specifically in our generation. So congratulations on that, first of all. And since you're planning on doing the SETs, do you have like a brief idea of what SETs are? Or would you like me to tell you exactly what SETs are and how it will help you further? Let me know in the chat box. Or you could also unmute and talk to me. Like if you're comfortable with that, you can also like, have one-on-one conversations with me. I'll repeat my question for you. The question was, if you are trying to, you're in a noisy area. Okay, got it. It's fine. We can just chat in the chat box. It's cool, Laurentia. I was asking, if you're planning on giving SETs, do you have a brief idea of what SETs are? Or would you like me to tell you further about SETs? You do. Cool. So, Laurentia, of course, since you know about SETs, any particular college or any particular, country that you want to pursue your higher education is in? Sorry. If you have like, if I were to ask you what's your dream college, what would be the answer to that? Or what's one country that you want to go to for your education? US, Canada, UK, a lot of international universities, maybe Singapore, maybe on the southern Asian side. Okay, United States, cool. So Laurentia, in United States, any particular university that you have chosen, or if not university or college, any particular field that you want to pursue in your career? Let me know. And it's okay if you haven't decided. Like, it's completely all right if you say no. Not really depends on my SAT score. Okay, got it, Laurentia. So, if you've not decided any university, have you decided at least a field that you want to pursue in your future? Nurse in anesthesiology. Okay, so you want to get into, let's say medical colleges or medical based colleges. And by the way, your choice of career is amazing, because I think anesthesiologists, if I'm pronouncing it right, are, yeah, medicine, yes. So it's one of the most highly paid jobs in the world, to be very honest. And it's a very good career option in terms of scope, or in terms of payment, as I just said, in terms of salary as well. So Great choice. And if you're looking for medicine in the United States, there are a lot of options. But the first option that I could recommend you is Harvard Medicine School. So, Harvard School of Medicine is also one of the really good schools for that. Let me just, search it up for you. What are the like best colleges for medicine in US specifically for your field, so that I can advise you better. And if there are any questions that you have related to SETs, related to your college applications, you can type it in the chat box. And I hope I'm still audible. Hello, am I still clearly audible? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think some of the universities that you can look into for your field is Baylor College of Medicine. It's in Houston. It's one of the top colleges for your field specifically. David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA, which is going to be in Los Angeles. That's also a really good school, David Geffen. I'll also type it down in the chat box so you can search about these schools and you have a better idea on which one do you want to choose. Northwestern University Chicago School of Medicine is also a good school. Johns Hopkins University or John Hopkins School of Medicine in Baltimore is also a good option. So like the four names that I've just mentioned, I'll type it down in the chat box for you. These are actually the top 25 schools in the world for your field, and I hope that helps you. Okay. Is there something that you would like to ask us, Laurentia? Any questions at all? We'll be able to answer it for you, or I can answer it for you. It can be related to SETs, can be related to admissions, counseling, or application. Anything at all, let me know in the chat box. Meanwhile, we'll wait for the rest to join, and we'll be starting exactly in 5 minutes. No questions. I'll give you a little while to type in if you have any questions, or if which GPA do I need to get a scholarship abroad? Okay, I like the question. So basically, grade point assessment system works this way. So if you are planning for United States, the GPA is between 0 to 4, and a good GPA is considered above 3. Sorry, above like it's 0 to 5, and a good GPA is above 3 or above 3.5. So that's a good GPA score. And if you're looking for scholarship, there are different kinds of scholarship. And if you're looking for scholarships that are paid, according to your GPA scores, then you will require a GPA of 4 or 4 point higher. That is something that you need to look into. Also, there are scholarships that are given based on your SET score. So there are schools or there are organizations that will provide scholarship based on the SET score that you're getting. And if you're looking for that, then an SAT score of out of 1600, at least 1400 plus, or at least 1450 plus is required to score, a good scholarship. So that's also something you can look into. But yeah, GPA you will require. So for getting admissions, you should have a GPA of at least 3 or 3 point higher. And for scholarships, you should look into, around like 4 or 4.5 as GPA, because the competition for scholarship is also quite heavy internationally, specifically for international students. I hope that helped. I hope my answer helped you. Just let me know in the chat box yes or no if I was helpful, or if there are any other questions. You know that I like to ask. Also, one more thing about scholarships. There are different types of scholarships, right? So some of the scholarships depend on your SET score. Some of the scholarships are dependent on GPA or percentage. And some of the scholarships are also dependent on your financial need or merit-based scholarships. So you need to look into exactly what kind of scholarships you're aiming for, because there are a few certain scholarships that will require you to pass an exam, or a few certain scholarships that will give you scholarship based on your percentage or just your financial need. You've asked which SET score is required for a good university. Full scholarships. Okay, so to get full scholarship, it is kind of difficult for specifically US universities. And if you're talking about which is an SAT score that is required for it, you will require a minimum of 1450 plus, and that's just the minimum. So out of 1600, a score of 1450 plus will get you a good university abroad. But if you want to write a full scholarship to the school, the competition is very high. SET scores are not the only thing that will be accounted for. Your profile is basically 50% academic, and the rest 50% belongs to your extracurricular as well. So how you build your profile, according to that, also your chances of getting the scholarship from the university, getting the financial aid from the university increases. And there are only a few universities in United States that give 100% scholarship. I think Stanford provides financial up to 90%. Harvard provides 100% scholarship. But there are only a few top colleges that provide full 100% scholarship for tuition. I hope I answered that. Any further questions? Meanwhile, we'll wait for others to join in. Anytime, Lorenza. You can keep asking questions. I'll be here to answer them. Further questions? Like in around 4 to 5 minutes. Well, if there are any questions, you can type it in the chat box and I'll be happy to help you through it. Amarjit ma'am, are you here? I think we can start with the webinar.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we can also start sharing this screen.
Yes, certainly.
Also, there's one question Laurentius just asked. Let me just answer that. Which websites or SET books do you require to boost SET scores? Good question, Laurentia. I think Amajit ma'am can also answer this question. One of the books that we actually suggest our students is the Kaplan SET Prep Guide, which is one of the best prep guides for SETs. And if you join or register our courses, then you don't even have to search for it, because we'll be providing you with all the material as well as the SET Kaplan book home delivered to you. But yeah, to answer your question, which websites, you can certainly check the College Board website for their papers. Like they have SET mock papers as well. So you can check the College Board website, or you can purchase the Kaplan SET guide for helping you with your SET scores. Having said that, so welcome everyone to our masterclass today. And today we have a phenomenal teacher with us, a CELTA certified from the University of Cambridge. Amarjeet ma'am has trained more than 3,000 students in GRE, SET, ACT, IELTS, TOEFL, and PT academic. Having a teaching experience of more than 16 years, she's worked with various leading education organizations of India. She's enriched student skills through proven teaching methodologies, interactive class sessions, one-on-one attention, doubt clearing sessions, regular mock tests, and feedback. The objective of her professional life is to improve her learners through customized approach and create a substantial career path for them. If there is anyone who can lead you to your college and help you achieve a perfect score of 1600 in your ICTs, it's Amarjeet ma'am. Having said that, I welcome you, ma'am, and hope you all have an amazing session with us.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Ume, and letting me over. Lorraine, can you hear me well? Lorraine, can you hear me well? You can answer in the chat box if you wish to. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Welcome to the session. Today's topic is subject-verb agreement, which is one of the hottest topic of writing a language section of the SAT. Before we begin with this topic, let's see what happens with TED almost every day. Here we have TED. All right. Can I just take a hold on for a minute, please? Ume, can you please come over?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah, the issue is the pen tab's not working. So can I use my presentation because you shared it?
Yeah, ma'am, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. So I'll be using the one that I. Just a second. Sorry for the inconvenience. It'll take a while.
Have any further questions while we sort out our technical difficulties?
All right, I'm all sorted. Thank you so much, Ume, for helping me out. All right. Let's see, Lauren, what happens with TED almost every day. Here we have TED. He's a little child. One fine day, he sits with his dad to get his homework checked. And his dad says, Ted, I'm surprised about the number of spellings errors you have made in your homework. Your teacher would definitely have a lot of laugh at you. Ted replies, no, Dad, you're wrong. By this, my teacher will not get a lot of laugh. Instead, I'm sure she'll get a lot of laughs. By the way, which term is grammatically correct? Do we say a lot of laugh or a lot of laughs? You can answer in the chat box. Lauren, you can answer in the chat box. What do you think? What should we use? Grammatically, what is correct? A lot of laugh or a lot of laughs? What is correct? Okay, if you don't understand the question, my question is, which term is grammatically correct? A lot of laugh. Or B, a lot of laughs. What is correct grammatically? Is the question clear to you now? Good, very good. What is wrong with option choice B? Why can't we say a lot of laughs? When Ted meant so many of them, why can't we use a lot of laughs? Do you know? Yes, no? You can tell me. You can unmute yourself and answer, or you can quickly reply in the chat box. Yes, very nice response. However, there is one thing to add here. Laugh here is a noun. The word laugh here functions as noun here. And laugh as a word noun is an uncountable noun. And uncountable nouns are always considered singular. So if they are singular, we cannot use S or ES with them. Clear? Right? So what have we learned? Laugh as a noun is uncountable noun, which is why it is always considered singular. All uncountable nouns are singular. Now, why are we learning it? The question rises here. On the subject-verb agreement, identifying noun being singular or plural, that's very crucial and integral step. Let's learn a golden rule of subject-verb agreement. The golden rule says subject must agree with the verb in number. For example, one robot loves. So here we have singular subject. So we need to have a singular verb, which is loves here. In the second example, we have two robots, which is your plural subject. So it requires a plural verb. That's what the golden rule says of subject-verb agreement. Subject must agree with the verb in number. So which means singular subject is equals to singular verb, or plural subject is equals to plural verb. This we have to keep in mind. I hope this is clear to you. Any question? Any question on this? Lauren, any question from your side on this? Okay, all right. Let's get smart at subject-verb agreement. Much needed, because that's the most frequently tested grammar rule on the SAT test paper of writing and language. Let me tell you the three segments of the test, segments of the session. We'll commence the session with the short quiz. Then we'll start with some authentic questions of the SAT, and finally we'll see some services offered by Leap Scholars, which will help you in deciding your career goal as well. Let's begin with the quiz now. Before that, some rules of the quiz. On each correct answer, if you reply, you will be rewarded 10 points on each correct answer. However, there is no negative penalty on incorrect answers. So we should not refrain ourselves from replying, because there is no negative marking on the SAT test paper. So let's just start with the first question now. I'm going to display the question on the screen. You please tell me which option choice is correct. What would you use here? Keeping the golden rule in mind, please reply. What do you think? Is the answer A correct or is the answer B correct? Okay, you feel the answer is A. What do you think? Is the verb singular or plural here? Laureen feels answer choice is A. Let's see how to get the correct answer now. If you have subject-verb agreement questions on the SAT, you should pick the verb. In such questions, the verbs are underlined. Now, when you question the verb with who or what, you reach your subject easily. It's very important to reach the subject through the sentence. The reason, it is the subject who decides the correct verb. So if you ask the question that who is going to start circling you, what is the answer? We pick the verb and frame the question that who is going to start circling you. What is the answer to it? You can answer through the chat box. What is the answer? Shall I tell you what the answer is? Okay. Here is a question. Let's begin with that again if it is not clear to you. Okay, we have a question here. It says, as soon as you throw a huge piece of bread, a huge flock of seagulls are or is going to start circling you. This is our question. Now we have two answer choices, A and B. Now this question, when in the answer choices you see the verbs are changing in number, which means it's a question of subject-verb agreement. Is this much clear to you? Yes, no? Is this much clear to you? On the subject-verb agreement question, you know that it is the subject who decides the verb. From the golden rule, what we've learned, if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. And if the verbs are plural, the subjects are plural, the verbs should also be plural. Are we clear with this concept? Yes, no? You can just type in yes, no if you wish to. Okay, great. Now here we have two options. One verb is plural verb and one verb is singular verb. Agree? Now, when we decide which answer is correct, is that A correct or B correct? We need to reach the subject or figure out the subject of the sentence. Now, you can pick the verb and question the verb with who or what. For example, in this case, we can say, who is going to start circling you? This is the question. The answer to this question is a huge flock of seagulls. Now, this is our answer. In this case, if you could see, a huge flock of seagulls is a collective noun. As laugh cannot be used as laughs because the word laugh as noun is uncountable noun. Similarly, collective nouns are also singular, like laugh word is also considered as a singular noun. If our subject is singular, our verb should also be singular. Now, can you tell me which verb is singular here? Out of A or B, which verb is singular? I'm waiting for your reply. Yes. So our answer choice is B, correct, not A. Are we clear? Yes? Let's just revise the steps quickly because you're going to have the next question also. You're going to pick the verb, frame a question with who or what, get the answer, and from the answer decide whether my subject is singular or plural. Once you decide your subject being singular or plural, you are going to pick the verbs from the answer choices. So far, so good. Any question on this? Are we clear with the subject? Are we clear with the steps? Laurie? Shall I display the next question? I'm afraid you don't get 10 points on this, but I'm hoping for the next question, you will get certainly 10 points. Shall I display the next question for you now? Okay, all right. Thank you. Here we have a next question for you. Now look at the answer choices. One being singular, one being plural. This is your singular verb and this is your plural verb. Can you tell me which answer should be correct for this question number 2? Good answer. I'm afraid again you don't get the points. What was the way for us? What were the steps we decided? What should be my first step? To finalize the subject. How do we reach the subject? We pick the verb and frame it into a question. For example, what is at the Art Institute until mid-September? What is the answer to this question? Can you tell me? All right, the answer to this question is starting from a tourist exhibition of ancient Egyptian relics still here. This is going to be there at the Art Institute until mid-September. Now, from the answer we have got from the question, we have a prepositional phrase starting from of. So in such cases, we should trim this and burn. Now it's not there. It's not the part of sentence. Now, prepositional phrases do not affect the subject and verb agreement. This is one of the points to learn on the subject verb agreement question. So after trimming this out, what are we left with? A tourist exhibition. Is this singular or a plural subject? Can you tell me? A tourist exhibition. Is it singular or plural? Very good answer. It is singular. Now, what did we learn from the golden rule? If my subject is singular, the verb should be singular or plural? Good. Could you tell me from option choices, which one is the singular verb? Is that answer choice A or B? Very good. Answer choice A is correct, not answer choice B. Now, if you see, our singular subject, which is a tourist exhibition, agrees in number with the singular verb, which is. I hope this is clear to you. Let's take a look at the next question now. I'm waiting for your replies. What answer choice do you think is correct? Dakshmeta, can you tell me? Good, very good. Answer choice A is correct. Why do you think the answer choice A is correct? You can unmute yourself and answer. That's perfectly fine.
Because the reforestation campaign is singular.
Good, very good. Now, our singular verb agrees in number with the subject, that is the reforestation campaign, which is your singular subject. So far, so good. Excellent. Daksh gets 10 points on this because I said, all right, because I said it's a quiz and you'll be entitled to get 10 points on each correct answer. Excellent. Let's take a look at the next question here. As a result of Californian drought, the price of almonds in many grocery stores have or has doubled. What do you think? Which verb to be used here? Laureen, you can also answer. Okay, Laureen says answer choice A. Daksh also says answer choice A. Okay. What makes you realize that it should be answer choice A? Daksh, you can unmute and tell me. Laureen also, you can reply through chat box.
Almonds and grocery stores. Yes.
Okay, with
Plural.
this one. All right. So on subject and verb questions of the SAT, you see in the answer choices, verbs are underlined. This is the first thing you should pay attention at. Clear? Yes, no? If you see answer choices, in the answer choices, the verbs are changing in numbers. Now here, one being plural verb and one being singular verb, which means this is the question of subject-verb agreement. Now, to decide what answer is correct, we need to figure out the correct subject. The trick here is that you should question the verb. You pick the verb that what has doubled. If I say what has doubled, what is the answer to this question? Grocery stores have doubled, stores have doubled, or the price, what has doubled?
Rice.
What is my subject? Price. Okay. If you see any prepositional phrase in between the subject and the verb, you should trim and burn. Once you trim and burn, it is not there. So after that, what are we left with? We are left with only the word price, which is our singular subject. A singular subject requires a singular verb. which is why the answer choice B is correct, not A. Are we clear? One learning point that we started from the beginning, we discussed about uncountable nouns. They are singular. They're always singular. Collective nouns, they're always singular as subjects. Third, prepositional phrases between the subject and the verb do not affect the agreement of subject and verb. Now, prepositional phrase, sometimes they begin with of, sometimes with about, sometimes with the word with, sometimes with the word along. In such cases, those sort of words you can strike out and then you will be remained with the main subject. Once you reach the correct subject, you decide the subject being singular or plural, and then you take a look at the verb. They should both, subject and verb should both agree in number. Okay, clear. Thank you so much, Lauren. Let's take a look at the next question. I hope you will get the answer correct here. So many trees for you. Yeah. What is the answer choice correct? Is that A or B? Is that A or B? Daksh Mehta says it's A. Lorita, what do you think the answer choice is correct? Is that A or B? Daksh, can you tell me why the answer choice A you have chosen?
Before of it's traits and it's plural.
Before it is?
Before of it's the word is traits.
Okay. Now we're going to learn a very good thing. Okay, what was the question that you have framed? What was the way for you to frame the question? How did you question the verb?
What is found? What is so surprising in the concentration of fruit trees? No, I didn't actually form a question.
Yes, this is something that you should learn. Step by step, you should go correct if you follow the steps. When you have subject-verb agreement questions, question the verb with who or what. What is found along with the hunting traits of many Amazonian tribes? This becomes the question. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you say what is found a surprising concentration of fruit trees, do you think it's the correct formation of question?
No, ma'am.
No. So it tells me that my question framing was incorrect. So in this case, you should start asking yourself what is found along with the hunting traits of many Amazonian tribes. This becomes the question. What is the answer to this question, Daksh?
Is found.
So what is found? What is the answer to the question?
Oh, right. Sorry. What is found along? Okay, 1 second. Hunting traits, surprising concentration of fruit trees.
Do we have a prepositional phrase in this part?
Of.
Shall we strike this out? Shall we trim and burn this?
Yeah.
What are we left with?
A surprising concentration, which is singular.
Singular subject. What should be my answer?
B.
Good. Singular verb. Now they agree in number, both of them. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the learning point here is that if you frame the question correctly, you do get the subject from the chunks of words easily. Are we clear? Sometimes you have the, all right, say some, yes, please say it.
No, nothing, ma'am. I was just agreeing.
Yeah, so subject can be placed after the verb or it can be placed before the verb. Majority of times the subject is placed before the verb, but there are times when the subject comes after the verb. So if you frame your question correctly, that what is found, even if you say that what is found, the answer is not along the hunting traits of many Amazonian tribes. What is found? Means one, a surprising concentration of fruit trees. Are we clear? Yes, that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Over to you, May, please. May, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Yeah, over to you. So I'll stop sharing my slides. You can use yours. Can we do that, or shall I go to the one that you wanted to use?
Ma'am, you could just directly go to the one that I would want to use.
Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
sorry. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, hey there, Daksh. So I see you've joined middle of the session, but you blend in. So hey there. Before we move on further to why you should choose our SAT program and what do we provide, I would like to hear from the both of you if you're finding the session helpful. If it's something that you've not learned before, let me know in the chat box. Any adjective that you would like to describe this session would be great in the chat box. Coming back to the slide to what we provide at our SAT program and why you should register with us. So first and foremost, we have customizable class timings. Basically, what that means is we understand that you all have busy schedules, specifically if you're in high school. There's a lot that you would, get involved with. So customizable class timings, our schedules are customizable according to your schedule. We have one-on-one sessions. Pretty much today's masterclass is a glimpse of exactly that, right? And we also provide 75 plus hours of live classes and strategy sessions. So no one else in the market is providing 75 plus hours of classes, and all of our classes are going to be live just right now, like in the masterclass. So you get to interact with our faculty and you get to clear your doubts then and there, which is further going to help you better. Moving on to the next slide. Yes. So coming to the fourth point is personalized study plans. So yes, I get it that in our generation, we do not really stick to study plans, even if we make hundreds of them. Well, at LEAP, we do provide you with a personalized study plan that our faculties follow so that your syllabus gets over, completely before you actually step into that examination hall. Coming to unlimited doubt solving sessions and unlimited Q&A sessions. So no matter what your doubt is, and whenever it pops up in your head, you can contact our faculty and they will be there for you with 10,000 plus practice questions. So I think before the session had started, Laurentia was asking about which questions to refer, where to refer from. So you don't have to really search for anything else if you join our program, because we'll be providing 10,000 plus practice questions in externally to all the questions that we actually teach in our classes as well. Moving on to the next slide. There's still more left as to what we provide. Yeah. So coming to the seventh point, we also provide 20 plus practice tests with detailed feedback. So all of these tests are going to be exactly how your SAT tests are, and they are being proctored by original SAT papers, and you'll be having 20 plus of them to practice with lifetime access to all of the recordings. So let's just say that you've given an attempt and you finished your course with us. Let's just say, let's just assume, and you still want to give another SAT attempt, and you still want to go brush up on your concepts. Well, you can certainly do that, because you are going to be having the access to these recordings for a lifetime. So having said that, let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, and we also provide revision sessions. This is something that our faculty is very happy with, is before you actually attempt your SAT and before you finish your course, we sit with you and brush up with every concept there is in the syllabus, so that you're very well equipped with all of your doubts cleared before you actually enter the examination hall. The price for the same is mentioned on your screen, and if either of you, Daksh or Dorentia, would like to join our SAT program, you can type in your name in the chat box, and my team will be able to, help you further through it. And coming to the next slide, there's one more slide left, is the Discord community. So basically, I understand that Discord, it's basically an app which is also used, I think, for gaming in your generation. But then we've also bought in a community of Leap Scholar on our Discord server, whose link I will be sharing with you in the chat box. You can directly click on the link and join our community. And what do we do there? We help you get in touch with our team. There's interaction with faculties, there's doubt solving sessions, and interaction with fellow students. So basically, you foster a lot of growth while you are a part of our Discord community. You do not have to necessarily register with us for joining our community. It's absolutely free. I will be forwarding the link in the chat box. And once you join, you can see that we keep posting every now and then the updated information of admissions of colleges as well. And we also upload SAT questions that can, help you further with your practice. Having said all of that, thank you guys for listening. And Daksh has written that you're already there for our program. So Daksh, that's great news that you've already registered. Very happy with that. Laurentia, let us know in the chat box if you would like to join our course, and our team will take it up further. I think with this, I can let you get back to your SET questions. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Meg. Okay, so let's just start with the next segment of our session. Here we're going to start solving some authentic questions of the SAT test paper. So this requires much of attention. So I would want both of you to fasten your seatbelts and pull up your socks. Here the first question comes to you. Please make a choice from the answer choices. What do you think is the correct one? Which one do you think is correct? Is that answer choice A, B, C, D? One thing I like to add here before you make a decision on your answer choices, on the SAT test paper, when you see that the verbs are changing in numbers, which means it signifies that the question is testing you on subject-verb agreement. I'm waiting for your answer choices. Laurasia and Daksh. Okay, Laurasia says answer choice A. Daksh, what do you say? What do you think? Should our answer choices A or any other? A. All right, what's the reason? Because when we say this is the answer correct, we need to know the logic behind it. Why do you think the answer choice is A correct? Daksh?
Because you have to frame the question, and then amounts is the subject, and that's plural. So
good, very good. Here we have the plural verb. And if we frame the question that what doesn't have negative impact on human health, the answer is the minute amounts of residue falling within such limits. Again, from this answer, we have a prepositional phrase which we should strike out and assume it is not the part of the sentence. Now we are left with the minute amounts. Since amount is my plural subject, so I am going to first eliminate singular verbs answer choices, which means have is the correct verb to be used. Clear? That gets again 10 points, and Laurasia also get 10 points. All right, let's take a look at this question now. I'm waiting for your responses, please. Daksh chooses answer choice B. Lauricia, what about you? What do you think the answer, which one do you think is the correct answer choice from A to B? Lauricia, can you please reply? B. All right, good. Daksh, could you tell me why do you think the answer choice B is correct?
Forms is the most common forms is the subject, so that's plural, and include is plural.
How did you reach the correct subject?
Yeah, so you form the question, and
What was the question, Daksh?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Could you tell me what question could you frame? What question did you frame?
What professional development is provided to the employees, including this.
Okay. So remember, after the verb, pick the words. Okay. So in that case, what includes coaching, mentoring, and so on, so forth, till the word workshop. Clear? What includes coaching, mentoring, technical assistance, and workshop? Or what includes? So what is the answer? The answer is the most common forms of professional development provided to employees. Again, we have a prepositional phrase. We're going to strike this out, remember, and now it's not there. We are left with the subject, the most common forms. Because the word forms is your noun with the S with it, so my subject is plural, which means once I decide my subject is plural, I should eliminate the singular answer choices. Can you tell me which are the ones, which are the singular answer choices from the options, Daksh?
Includes,
Yes.
including, has included.
Has included. And what about answer choice C? It is neither singular nor plural.
It's a verb, okay.
Yeah, it's a verb though, but it's not, it's neither, it doesn't signify whether it is singular or plural, so we should eliminate. It is irrelevant answer choice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again, you got 10 points on your answer. Let's take a look at this question. Lauren also get 10 points on this question. Lauretia, sorry. Okay, so far so good. You're doing so well. Okay, Lauretia and Daksh, both of you have chosen answer choice C. If I ask you, how did you reach the correct answer choice? Could you tell me?
Sent, so sent is the material that is sent is the subject, and that's singular. So
Now, do you think the sent is the verb here? What do we have as the underlined part?
sorry,
What is the underlined part here, Daksh?
contribute.
Is it a verb?
Uh, Subject, contribute.
Is it a verb? Contribute, contributes. Is it a verb?
Yes.
Yes, good. Is it singular or plural verb?
Plural.
So can we say plural verb?
Hmm.
Okay, let's take a look at the question. Pick the verb and frame a question.
What contributes to release of methane gas?
What-
Very good.
What is the answer to this question?
Organic material that is sent to landfill.
Okay, when we say that is sent to landfill, what is this part? This part is modifying the subject, which is organic material. Organic material is our main subject. So organic material is singular or plural noun?
Singular.
Why is it singular noun?
Material. So
Material. What sort of noun is this? It's an uncountable noun, right?
yes, ma'am.
So if it is an uncountable noun, do we consider them singular or plural? Singular, right?
Yeah.
So we should eliminate answer choices with the plural verbs. Can you help me on elimination now? Option A, should we eliminate?
Yeah.
What about answer choice B?
Yes. R
Okay.
is there. Okay.
Okay, very good. What about answer choice D?
Have. Yes.
Okay, what is our answer?
Hmm.
Contributes. Very good. You also got 10 points on this, and Lauretia also has got 10 points on this. Let's take a look at the next question now. Starting from here till, you can read till here. That will work. Lauretia and Daksh, you can reply in the chat box, whatever answer you choose. Tick, tick 1, tick, tick 2, tick, tick 3. Okay, I've got the answer. Lauretia says it is okay. I'll wait for Daksh's answers as well. Good. Could you tell me how did you get the correct answer?
The subject over here is required, and
No. Required is not the subject. Are is
oh,
the verb. Are required. It's a passive form. Let's frame a question. What is required? What is the answer to this question? What is required to consider?
construction projects using municipal funds.
Okay. Any New York City construction project using municipal funds. Now again from this, if you look at using municipal funds, which is again your plural noun here. Now this part is called your, again, modifying the subject, which is project here. Any New York City construction is again a part which modifies the subject, which is project here. All these words are not considered in deciding the subject being singular or plural. Once you question the verb correctly, you do get the subject easily. Correct. You reach the subject correctly. So here, We have the singular subject, so which is why our verb should also be singular, which is. None of the answer choice is singular except answer choice C. I hope you have learned a lot on subject verb agreement. Over to you, Meena, please.
Yes, ma'am. I think
Yes,
we
ma'am, it
can.
was very helpful.
All right. I think we can move to the counseling slides at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So having finished all of your questions and hope it was helpful, let me just, quickly take you through what do we provide in our undergraduate counseling. So at LEAP, we not just prepare you for SATs, but we can also help you get admissions to top colleges across the world, whether it be United States, whether it be Canada, UK, you name it, and we'll be there to help you with it. So the first thing that we take up in our counseling program is the profile building. So, in the previous master classes as well, we keep informing our students that your profile is not just about academics. Your 50% of the profile is going to be about your extracurriculars, going to be about how you've built your personality throughout, your lifetime. So profile building is very important, and we can help you. What comes under 50% part of the profile building is, let's say your sports, your internships, your volunteering work, or any other courses that you've done apart from the academics that you study at your school. So while helping you build your profile, we can also help you get internships that you're looking for. We can also help you get into volunteering work if you would like to do that. We can help you register to online courses that interest you, so that it builds your profile further. Coming to the second point is find out which colleges are best suited for you, right? So this is so important when you all are at the cusp of deciding what you want to do in your career. It can be very pressurizing to choose which university is going to cater to your needs. And the one thing that we can help you with is sit with you and our team of mentors and panelists, make a list of priority colleges that you can focus on while your admission process goes on, so that you're very clear with which university you want to get into and how do you get into those universities. We also provide help with personal statements, with letter of recommendations and supplemental essays. So personal statements are basically statements your universities will require you to write. They're basically about talking about yourself or talking about your personality. And letter of recommendations are of course an important part of your CV. So we also help you with that. We help you edit your personal statements. We help you edit your letter of recommendations. We can also provide you certain external letter of recommendations that help boost your profile as well. We also give advice on scholarships, right? So I think Laurentia was also asking about it in the beginning of the session. And we also help you guide through financial aid as well. What this means is that there are multiple types of scholarships provided by various different organizations and universities, and financial aid can become certainly important, since international education or pursuing education abroad can be on the expensive side of things. So we help you get advice on scholarships. We can also help you get scholarships. We can help you get financial aid, and the entire procedure of how financial aid is given to a student can be helped through. So we also do that. We also give visa assistance. Basically, the entire documentation process of your visa is quite a lengthy process, and we help you through that. We also prepare you for the visa interviews. So, you sit with us and you have mock interviews as well. Having said all of this, this is what we provide in our undergraduate courses. And coming to the next slide, I think we've been discussing so much about our panel of mentors. Let me introduce you to one of them. So, Arian is one of our counselors. She is a graduate from Harvard University. And I'm pretty sure you all know what Harvard is. And Harvard is an Ivy League college. It's the top three university in the world, and she's also a graduate from Georgetown University, which lies under top 25 rankings in the global list of universities. So Arian is very, very committed to making sure that her students do get into the universities they aim for. Moving to the next slide. Having said that, let me also give you a glimpse of where our students have been admitted to through our help. So our students are studying currently at Yale, at Wharton, at Cornell. All three of these are top Ivy League colleges in the world. We also have students at New York University, at UC San Diego, University of Illinois, University of Southern California, Berkeley, Carnegie Mellon, University of Michigan, Emory, Duke. All of these again lie under top 30 universities in the world. So you understand by this the kind of quality or the kind of help that we're trying to provide to our children at Leap Scholar. Because if we can get you through these universities, we can damn well get you through any other university that you want to prioritize in your life. And coming to the last slide. Yes, so we have multiple mentorship programs. All of these programs contain everything that I've just told about our counseling sessions. So we have one program that is Ivy Advising Program, specifically for students who want to get into Ivy colleges. Then we have Global Advising Program. This is for universities throughout the world. We have Elite Advising Programs targeted for specific universities. And we also have a Profile Building Program, which is basically about building your extracurricular profile. The prices for all of them are listed on your screen. And if any of you are interested in registering with us for any of the programs or for our SET Plus course, you can type in your name in the chat box and our team will be able to guide you through. And moving to the next slide, it's the last one, I promise. So we have a Leaps Discord server. I've already mentioned this in the middle of the session, but I would like to, post the link in the chat box for this same. I've just posted it. You basically have to click the link and you'll be there at our community. Having said everything, and to end up with the session, guys, before ending the session, if you have any questions regarding SETs or regarding your college admissions, you can type it down in the chat box and I'll help you. As well as if you are interested in registering with any of the programs, you can type in your name in the chat box. Thank you. I'll give you all around 30 seconds to type in your questions. If not, we can end the session here. Thank you so much, Daksh. Thank you for joining. All right, so since there are no further questions, thank you so much for joining in. Hope you had a lovely session with us. Oh, there's a question. How do I register for SE classes? Laurentia, you can, if you are, okay, just tell me this. Are you interested in taking our SET class? Just say yes or no. Would you like to join our SET course? Yes, okay. So Laurentia, I will, Veera is asking how much, ma'am. Could you go to the SET course slide once? The SET course slide where we are mentioning the price at the end.
Certainly.
It's around 7,999 AED. That is the Dubai currency. It's in dirhams after the slide. Yeah. So it's 7,999 dirhams. If you want conversions in any of the currency, we can also do that for you. And Laurentia, how do you register for classes? That's it. You've said yes. So my team will contact you. And Laurentia, is there any particular number we can contact your parents or you on so you can register with us? My team will contact you further. And Veera, are you also interested in registering with us? You can just type in yes or no. And Laurentia, it would be of great help if you let me know your contact number. Okay. Veera, would you like to register for our course? Email. I need to check the content. Okay, so Veera, just to give you some advice and glimpse. So this masterclass is basically just a glimpse. But in our original classes, we start from the basics. Like we teach you every concept there is in the SET syllabus and we cover the entire syllabus for you. So if you want to check the content first, I can note down your name and I will ask my sales team to contact you and they will be able to tell you further on what the content of our course is going to be. Will that help you, Veera? My team will tell you what the content is. They'll connect with you personally. And Laurentia, I'm not talking about email. Is there any contact number that we can call you on? If not, then email also works, Laurentia. Specifically, I was hoping if you could give the contact of your parents, since they'll be the ones, you know, asking for registration fees and stuff. All right, Veera, I will do that. Okay. Lawrence, I'm just waiting for an answer from you. If you can give me your contact details. Yeah. Thank you so much, Veera.
Thank you so much, Veera.
Laurentia, any further contact details you would like to type in the chat box? It's okay if you're not sure which ones to give. My team will anyway contact you. It's okay. All right, since there's no reply from Laurentia. Laurentia, should I wait for you to type in? Just say wait. I'll just wait for you if you want me to wait till you give me your contact. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. My team will contact you. And Veera, any personal number that I can contact you on, Veera? So I'll help you through the content details. Just type in your contact number, Veera. Veera, I'm waiting for you to type in your contact detail. Any number that my team can personally contact you on. Veera, could you just say wait if you're typing your contact details? Should I wait for you or should we end the session? Okay, got it. Thank you so much for this. All right, guys, see you soon. And my team will contact you at the latest by today or tomorrow. And we'll see you soon in our courses. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And please keep taking care of yourselves and have a great evening ahead, guys.
Good evening. Bye, everybody. Let's meet again on the SAT training program. I'm looking forward to training you all the 22 topics that we teach. We use the authentic material of the SAT. Apart from that, we have a portal, which will be really very helpful for you. Everything is very much in place and systematic. So we disperse here. Good night and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.
Good night, everyone.